Hello and welcome to episode number 106 of Creating a Legend. I am the FM Novice. You join me today for an away game in Germany against Borussia Dortmund. Since we were last together, it has been a very consistent run of games. That was a Dynamo Kiev game which we won 2-0. We followed up with a 4-3 victory away at Alexandria. 3-0 up in this one from Washington Area in the first half hat-trick. Gaston Kevin got a fourth just before the hour, but in the last 5 minutes they scored 3 times because we were down to 10 men. Alessio Ferrari picking up an injury, which meant the final score was 4-3. We followed that up with a 3-0 victory away at Chudimritz. Mortsev, Verpic and Yanev in a very much a routine victory before we started our European Cup campaign with a little bit of a whimper. 7-0 home victory against Besiktas, Tepesi scoring 1, Maldonado scoring 1 and Washington Ario scoring 5. Pretty impressive game for him, but that is not the most amount of goals scored in the game so far this season. Followed up with a 3-1 victory away at Zoya, Maldonado scoring 1, Yanev scoring twice before we played against Cherkasy Dnipro in the Ukrainian Cup away from home. They are in the second division, so third tier of Ukrainian football. We played our reserves, but we went on overload for the whole 90 minutes just to see what it did. And it was a fairly impressive result. Kone scored 4, Dragovic scored 3, Rollins scored twice and missed a penalty for his hat-trick. Kogot and Tachenko also on the score sheet for an 11-0 victory. A, unsurprisingly, record victory for us in any sort of competitive football. And then we just had a very comfortable victory against Kapati. Yanev, Verpic and Kone with the goals, which means we are 8 points clear at the top of the table, 9 from 9. We are on form to win that league, and in all honesty, if we don't win it from here, we all deserve shooting. We are definitely going for the domestic treble again, and who knows what we can do in the Champions League. The transfer window was still open the last time we were together, and it's now closed. I don't think there's any more business to tell you about, apart from a couple of loan players. Igor Nayeko has gone out on loan to Sumner in the first division, and Alexander Mikiv has gone on to Maripol for the season. Both those guys are, well, Nayeko is a young, talented centre-half. Mikiv is my 4th choice goalkeeper. Team for today's game is Milicevic in goal. The back three, Mortsev, Yepsen and Kovachenko. Stepesi at right wing back, Zitsky at left wing back. Ekram and Vorkapik are in the centre of midfield with Verprik, Yanev and Ario up front today. You will notice there is no me on the screen today. I have turned off the camera for this one because Bruce Springsteen sang about dancing in the dark. I will be recording in the dark as the lighting here is atrocious as we go 1-0 down in the 6th minute. Timo Werner forcing the ball home. Not the start we wanted there. We switched off completely there. Just like my webcam, I switched it off completely because the lighting was bad. We switched off completely because we are not used to having teams coming at us and trying to score goals against us. But Ekram with a free kick, whips it in and is headed on the back post off the bar. Albert will look to drive the ball away. He does. Dortmund are breaking at us now. But Ekram comes back and tackles well. Still at the ball. Escobar. Intercepted by Meltsev. Verpic turns. Looks for options. Down the line. Yanev is there. He finds Stepesi. Back inside. Headed away. And Stepesi will pick up the loose ball again to Maltsev. Down that line to Verpic. He's behind his last man. Can he whip the ball in? He does. And Yanev scores. Dejan Yanev makes it 1-1. I sensed something was happening then, and it did. Yanev got down. Someone got down to the byline from a Maltsev long ball. It was Verpic, Ukrainian player to Ukrainian player, passed it into Yanev, who powers the ball home to make it 1-1. That is much better for us. We are now on level terms. Dortmund did lose their first game, so a victory here today, coupled with a Napoli victory against Besiktas, means that 2 teams will have a 6-point advantage after in 2 matches, which is the best you can ever hope for, really, isn't it? Free kick, played in, headed away. Mendes back into all that guy, leaving Orziutzi. Back down to Escobar. He plays the ball down the line. It's intercepted. Oh, we should have won that ball there. We should have won it there. Through, and good save by Milicevic. The young Serbian hasn't had a huge amount to do this season, but he's done it relatively well as Escobar fires a volley straight past him. Note to self, don't praise anyone during live comms as it's bound to go against us. Right, we are now 2-1 down in this one, so we're going to give the boys a bit of a demand more to see if we can get ourselves back on level terms yet again. Half-time score, it is 2-1 to Dortmund. We have not turned up, which is very unusual for us this season. The boys are going to get a bit of a roasting at half-time. Roasting has been delivered. Will it have an impact? There's not been a huge amount of chances in this game, but the key ones have gone in to the back of the net against us. Going to look to bring off Vorkapik now. He has not played particularly well. Roman Starkov coming back from an injury. He will come on in his place. Starkov is the man that scores the good goals, or the key goals for us over the last few years, but it could be all in vain, as Dortmund should really have been 3-1 up there, but they dragged their shot wide. And we'll bring on Gantchev for Zitsky as well. At left back, 2 changes made, nothing much is happening. We are going to go to attacking for the last 25 minutes of this game. Can we nick an equalising goal? We certainly haven't deserved it based on this second half performance. Corner, Ekrem to take, whips in, back post, header! Bogdan Kovachenko with 15 minutes to go has equalised. That was a very, very good header from a good corner by Ekrem. Ekrem, a guy who is deeply unhappy with me at the moment because he wants to leave, but I'm giving him some game time. He's doing pretty well for him, so I'm hoping I can convince him to stay on as I go back to counter for the last 8 minutes or so. Because I'll be relatively happy with an away point in this one as Ario's on the ball. Turns, Yanev, through ball to Ekrem. Can he get the ball loose ball? Ario should have done better there, but Washington Ario drags his shot well wide of the target. 5 minutes to go. Is there another change to be made here? I think there will be. I think I'm going to give Gaston, Kevin Rollin a few minutes up front. Coming on for Verpik in this one. Rollin is another player who's unhappy who wants to leave. So we've got 1 or 2 players that are not best pleased with me at the moment, but they're both still with the club. As we see out the remaining few moments of this game, another corner, last second of the game. Ekrem plays it in. Shots on the volley by Gantchev, and that is wide of the goal. And a draw. Not a bad draw in a lot of ways, but I'm used to winning, so a little bit disappointed that we didn't win the game, but it's an away draw in the Champions League. It's better than nothing. 2-2 was a full-time score in this one. Yanev and Kovachenko with our goals. Werner and Escobar with their goals. Join me for the next episode, which will be tomorrow, which will probably be the Napoli home game in the Champions League in a few weeks' time. I've been the FM18. You've been my audience. We'll talk again soon. Thank you very much, and good night.